रिकॉर्डिंग शुरू है।
Hello, all the viewers of Collegiate Physics are welcomed here. आप लोगों के रिक्वेस्ट पर आज से हम लोग एक ठो नए तरह का वीडियो लोडिंग करने जा रहे हैं। कुछ लोगों का यह ग्रीवांस था कि कुछ आंसर जो है वो अच्छा से उसका फोटोग्राफी नहीं हुआ है, इसीलिए इस तरह से हम लोग शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। देखिए, अच्छा हो तो कमेंट करके हम लोगों का उत्साह बढ़ाइएगा। थैंक यू। अभी हम बतलाने जा रहे हैं गॉसेस लॉ। यह गॉसेस लॉ इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स में तथा मैग्नेटिज्म में होता है। पहले हम गॉसेस लॉ इन इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स बतलाने जा रहे हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू गॉसेस लॉ, टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स over a closed surface is equal to total charge enclosed by the surface upon epsilon 0. Here epsilon 0 is the absolute permittivity of air or vacuum. This Gauss's theorem may be mathematically written as phi is equal to summation q by epsilon 0. Here phi is the total flux on the surface of enclosed surface of the charge. Summation q represents the sum of all charges. Here we will take algebraic sum. If all the charges are positive, then they will be added, but if some charges are negative charges, they will be subtracted. This is why it is called algebraic sum of charges upon epsilon 0. This is Gauss's law in mathematical form. To prove this Gauss's law, let us consider a charge q kept at O point, and this charge is enclosed by a surface of any type. Here we will not draw a spherical surface because in a spherical surface the direction of electric field and the direction of perpendicular drawn on any point will be in the same direction. So, for explaining it in detail, we will take zigzag surface, so that we will take P point on the surface. Suppose OP is equal to R, then the intensity of electric field at P point will be given as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. Since E is a vector quantity, so its direction will be denoted by unit vector r. So the direction of intensity will be along the direction of unit vector r. Now, at P point, we will take a small surface area ds, and on this small surface area ds, we will draw a perpendicular Pn. This Pn is perpendicular on the ds surface at P point. If unit vector is taken as unit vector n along this Pn direction, then electric flux over this ds area will be given as d phi is equal to E dot ds, or d phi is equal to EDS into unit vector r dot unit vector n. This becomes equal to cos theta. Here we put the value of E, then the flux on ds area will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q ds by r square into cos theta. Here ds cos theta by r square is the solid angle at O point made by this ds area. So the flux on ds surface will be equal to d phi is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 d omega, where d omega is equal to ds cos theta by r square, which is the solid angle subtended by ds area at O point. So, to find find the total flux, we will integrate on both sides. Left side, the limit of integration will be from 0 to 5, and the right side, the limit of integration will be from 0 to 4 pi. So, after putting this limit, we get phi is equal to q into 4 pi by 4 pi epsilon 0, that is q by epsilon 0. And this is the flux on this total surface area when q charge is enclosed by the surface area. To explain this formula in detail, we will see that if there are two charges, q1 and q2, then the total flux will be equal to q1 plus q2 by epsilon 0. If one charge is plus q, another charge is minus q, then the total flux will become 0, because q minus q is equal to 0. So, if there is an electric dipole, then the total flux on the whole surface area enclosing the dipole will be 0. And this is the Gauss's theorem in electrostatics. Now in the next lecture, we will explain the Gauss's theorem in magnetism. Thank you.